and finally next month we will be starting with our platform. It takes some time. It doesn't happen overnight. And I know how Alex and his team is busy. Literally, he doesn't have time to sleep because he takes charge and responsibility for a tech side of the project. And Alex, my friend, I would like to throw it to you, and maybe together, maybe you will start, and then we will together give them some updates on what is happening behind the scenes, what's happening with the DCO platform. It's very important for people to understand exactly what is happening and what and when people will be able to get delivered, right? Because we promised many things, so now it's time to deliver.
Yep. To chat about it, let me share our presentation that we have crafted together. That addresses all of the popular questions. Here we go, and it's here. Can you see my screen?
Yes, absolutely.
Perfect. So, we mentioned it a couple of times. We still need to announce a reward plan. We have finalized it, right? But we don't want to spoil today's beautiful first project event with all of this rewards plan related information. We want to make this something special. We want to have a special day, which would be on September 25th, which is a Dubai event, when we are really gonna dive in a lot of details in regards to reward plan, launch a new white paper version, really detailed this time. So there's that. I guess see you there online or physically. It would be amazing. Now,
so Alex, Alex, sorry to interrupt you. So what we probably just want to make sure that on DCO platform we will have some incentive program, right? So when people like refer their friends or family, right, so they can get paid, and we will be releasing some details of that plan, right? So this is what we're talking about, and because many people, they still don't. Maybe they underestimate this component of our platform, which is quite big, because we have many marketers in our community. We have many people who love to share information about nice projects, because we will be selecting best of the best projects in the market and put it on the platform.
Yeah, well, Daisy in itself, it lies strictly in its community, in its vast and international community, and we get how we can make this exciting. We get that it's all about building this team around you. And believe us, we would work on making it exciting for you also. So it's not just gonna be, well, send something and get nothing. It's gonna be quite unique and huge. All right. The next one, which I'm not gonna talk about at all mostly. I'm just gonna show you the dates and give all of the beautiful marketing information to Joe and his team. We're gonna have our first DCO launch on October 19th. You would hear a lot about what is gonna be today. We are incredibly excited about it. Actually, we wanted to strike a huge deal to buy an infinite amount of these DCO tokens ourselves, but we were denied because there is a need to share everything with the community. And that's it for me. I'm shutting up about first DCO. Perhaps Ilya has something to add.
Well, right. So now we finally release a date. So Alex, I think it's very important, right? It's important benchmark for Daisy platform, for Daisy community. So now, guys, it's officially, we are launching Daisy DCO platform on October 19th. Please save the date. Remember this date. It's going to be a lot of noise, a lot of excitement. And after this, of course, we will just, continue roll up and, continue to bring many nice projects in the future. But now, of course, today, the topic for today is our first project, which we'll be introducing later on. Right? So Alex, please continue with the next slide.
Let's go. So in regards to staking, we want to launch somewhere October. It's either together with the platform, which is like the most perfect case, or a bit later. But it's 100% within October, right? We do really need it. We just creating a staking with a lot of logic that has a lot of peer-to-peer components there also. And the thing must go through an audit because we must make sure that it works beautifully.
Yeah. Also, Alex, fine. I'm personally looking forward, to the staking program to be released also, because this is probably one of the most common questions that we get from our community, because people want to stake Daisy token. We've been talking about staking so many times, right? Specifically yourself, right? You presented this many times. So I think it's an important milestone for our community. So we'll start with staking, and we can promise that staking Daisy token will make a lot of sense, will make a lot of economical sense, and we will be releasing more information related to staking later on, of course. But finally, Alex, thank you so much. We look forward. It's next month for this program to start.
Yep, we've been fighting with Ilya about staking nearly each day. So I wake up, I see Ilya's message. He asks where the hell is staking. Right, it's gonna be there, I promise. I fear that Ilya right now is in Russia because he's trying to get real close to me, so he can tell me to release staking right now directly. All right, the next one, the next biggie is audit. We are gonna have the audit in early November. Audit takes time, and we want to take this time. We're gonna do multiple phases of an audit. Of course, when we release staking, we'll make sure that it's an audited piece of code. After that, we're gonna slowly go over each and every component of a platform, thoroughly audit it, make sure that everything is perfect. We are currently planning to work with multiple auditing companies. So we are taking it really, really seriously because we understand that it's no joke. It's really important to get there beautifully without any security related problems. Okay. This is the second favorite question that I get from everyone, breach. We're gonna get the breach soon, right? Mid-November is probably the latest when I want to have it, right? I mean, I understand the argument that it makes a lot of sense to create a breach right now, but we just really want to focus on building the platform and trading everything that we can. And once we finished with that, once we have defended ourselves with from the rigorous auditor, we'll be able to just sit down a bit, breathe, do a breach, enjoy this breach, right? And it's just going to be a first breach. We actually intend to do multiple ones later down the line. So there's that. Please wait a bit. I am really sorry, but it's just about priorities. We're gonna get there.
Yeah, Alex, it's okay. We understand you have a lot of things to do, so you cannot do everything at the same time together with your team. Just for those people who don't understand, when we refer to breach, so what we mean is a breach from Tron blockchain into Ethereum blockchain, right? So because currently most of our community, I would say that 99% of people, they are on Tron blockchain because we started from Tron. So basically they have Daisy tokens on Tron Link or still on a smart contract, unclaimed tokens, right? And once we complete this bridge, you complete this bridge, Alex, right? So they will be able to basically move their tokens from one blockchain to another, right? So I just wanted to make sure that everybody understands what you talk about. Okay.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely, everything this guy said. All right, now I think I'm gonna pass the mic to Ilya because that's his thing. He's gonna crush the business components, and it's all yours.
Yeah, Alex. Yeah, thank you so much. Well, we've been also working around the clock because we are listed on few exchanges, but this is just a start. We promise that we'll be listed on multiple exchanges. This is exactly what we are working on right now, but it doesn't happen in one day because all of those exchanges, they have some requirements. It takes some time. They're fully, it's very hot season now in crypto space, so you need to book your basically your spot, your place a few weeks in advance or something, right? So it takes time, but we are in negotiation with multiple exchanges. We're talking about centralized exchanges. Due to the nature of business, we cannot release the names of those exchanges, but we are talking about exchanges that most of people they know, right? So it's all exchanges with good name, known in crypto space, right? So what we're gonna do is next couple months we will be listing on at least one or maybe even 2 or 3 centralized exchanges. And of course, once we are listed, we will make announcements, and everybody will be able to buy or sell the tokens on those exchanges as well. So this will help people from from different countries. Some people they prefer this particular exchange, maybe other people prefer another exchange. Some exchanges are not available, for example, in Japan, like the one that we started from, right? But other exchanges will allow Japanese customers, right, to buy Daisy token on in the open market, which is very, very important for us. So new listings are coming. Please be patient. October and November is the time for them to to be listed.
Mm-hmm. All right, the next one.
Okay, the next one, yes, next one is my favorite part. So we promised a long time ago, right? So there will be a lot of new customers, new blood in our community, right? So we'll be producing a lot of news, a lot of updates, a lot of PR in the space. We are in preparation. So what you're going to see next few weeks, we will see some press releases. You're going to see some YouTube videos. You're going to see some nice announcements, of course, on Telegram, on Twitter, in multiple communities, in multiple languages. So we are doing everything we can. Now it's early stage of Daisy project. We are not launched yet officially, right? The DCO platform is not launched. It will be easier for us to create this kind of noise on a media site once we are launched, right? But before we launched, of course, we are also now in preparation, and we will be doing this massive PR campaign in the next couple months, and of course, we will continue to do it next year, and and so on. So it's a very important part for us. And when we do this, please make sure that you will share those links, share those videos with all your friends, all your families, all your community, all your customers, because it's important to spread the word about Daisy, about the value of the platform, about our disruptive model, and so that more and more people in the world will speak about Daisy. It's very, very important for us to spread the word about the project. Alex?
Right. And the next one.
Oh, this is
perhaps one of the juiciest parts. The thing that we've promised a long time ago, and we finally made it. We waited specifically for this event to announce it. We've burned the tokens. So a long time ago, we have promised that everything that we do not sell, it's not gonna go on the open market. It's not gonna start circulating there and affecting a price. We're just gonna get rid of it, because that's the honest thing to do, right? There's a demand, right? We just adjusted to that demand perfectly, and we don't need something extra on top of it. So that's the amount that we promised to burn. We're gonna share details, tech details, the link for it to everyone. Everyone can see it, make sure it's being done proper.
Yes, I believe I believe we will post it on Twitter, on the Telegram after the Zoom with a link, so everybody can check it on the blockchain side. If you guys if you want to check, specific transaction ID, etc., so you'll be able to see it. This is very important for us. This is what we promised, right, Jeremy? Many times we've been talking about burning mechanism of Daisy. This is just the beginning. So we plan, as Jeremy explained many times, we only plan to do the burning as we grow many times in the future, because it's deflationary model and we want to reduce supply of Daisy token in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. I love all
Absolutely.
of the burn mechanisms, Alex, that you guys have put into the whole process. I mean, at every corner of the ecosystem, there's burning. So this is great news.
Yeah, absolutely. So Alex, thank you so much. So this is it, right? So this is a last slide. Yes. So we didn't want to make it too detailed or too complicated for today, because our main purpose of the call is our first DCO project. And I would like to introduce the founder of the project, Joel Diaz. Please welcome Joel. We met, as Jeremy mentioned, we met Joel in June on a digital summit before. We also met him in person in Dubai before. And we absolutely love, Joel, what you together with your team, with Nazar, with Stan, I know the guys also joining the call today, what you're doing with your concept of art wallet. So it's an absolute privilege for us to have you on the call with us. For those of you who don't know, Joel is one of the founding members of MetaMask. Everybody knows MetaMask. So of course, Joel is very well-known person in the crypto space. So Joel, it's all yours, please. We would love to listen about our first DCO project.
Well, yeah, what I would love to talk about first is how much I like Daisy, and the project you guys have going. I mean, it's really cool. I've been passionate about kind of the community elements before, and, reaching a global audience, and, the kind of crowdfunding and enablement there. In fact, many years ago, we had a kind of DCO project that was actually named based on the legal structure, because I was organized the summit at MIT and Harvard on legal structures around blockchain. This was, many years ago, early 2015, to figure out what was possible to do. And we figured out different ways to kind of enable crowdfunding and governance. So, sometimes it takes a while for everything to catch up and fall into place, but I couldn't be happier to be working with you guys.
Right. Joel, sorry, Joel, sorry to interrupt. Jeremy, can you make Stan co-host? He's asking now.
Yep, do it now.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
So yeah, I'll tell a little bit of the story, behind Art Wallet, which in some ways is similar to the story behind MetaMask, because when Ethereum DevCon 0 happened, which was quite a long time ago now, the Ethereum community was very focused on building pieces of software that you download and you install, and it had a lot of details associated with it, and you kind of had to understand how it all worked and all that kind of stuff, and it was just not that accessible. And I thought, the way that things are going to become more accessible is through web browser, because everyone uses web browsers. It's not that hard to build the right kind of JavaScript integrations to make it so that you can build dApps and infrastructure that would work in a web browser. But that was a very unusual thought at that particular time. And I was the one, who kind of got off the ground and got the initial financing and kind of got the team together behind that project. And in a similar way today, I kind of try to stay aware of everything that's going on in this industry as much as possible. I was a computer programmer when I was young and won kind of different awards and things like that. And then founded, Ethereum, but I was, on the Ethereum team from, day one, basically one of the kind of very early, active participants in Ethereum. And also did some of the early work around crypto economics. And, now I'm doing some stuff at MIT and kind of a little bit on the research stuff. Which is also what's bringing me to Russia this week, because after I'm doing some stuff at Skolkovo as well. And really the whole kind of background there is, I'm passionate about blockchain stuff, but also the things that cross over from blockchain and create the best, artistic experiences and kind of immersive experiences. So however that exists, and I worked on that in some ways in parallel to doing things in blockchain for many years before NFTs were a big thing. So, I made one of the first virtual reality apps on the Steam store. I make, virtual, large projections and bring this pyramid to Burning Man every year that, displays this art, and produce kind of art myself. In fact, if you want to go cryptoapollo.io, it has a list of maybe 20 different, art projects that I personally commissioned or been involved with. Including this other stuff, which is, some of the biggest projection dome type technology and the projections that happen on. So all of that is, very, very interesting, I think, to this audience. And I think basically bridges into the world of NFTs as they're evolving. To some degree, I think it started by looking at a sort of 5-year time frame or 10-year time frame of what needs to evolve from an NFT infrastructure to be there, and also taking advantage of everything that exists today. But there's a lot of things that don't exist. So I mean, you can see here that the market is booming. It's increased a lot recently. Starting with the CryptoKitties and CryptoPunks and Beeple and Top Shots, and different things are branching out. Including another agency that I'm involved in that did the top sale on OpenSea recently for Athlete, which was $17 million in kind of primary and secondary sales behind Mike Tyson, who's someone we kind of represent. So we have like a whole portfolio of kind of top artists and, celebrities to kind of bring into this. But yeah, looking forward to the kind of metaverse as a kind of concept. I mean, there's a huge kind of gaps, that exist. And this is basically what made me really want to start this project. And I was really thankful to kind of meet the Hacken team and different people through that world that were similarly passionate. But one of the problems I reached, even early on in the Ethereum world, is I was really excited, about the whole universe and, multiple chains, multiple coins. It didn't matter to me as long as it provides some functionality. And the larger connective tissue behind all of these things. So, and if you really look at it systematically, you just find that there's a lot of pieces that are missing today. And from my standpoint, it seems like kind of the wallet side is the best way to provide some of those core infrastructure pieces, many of which allow both more asset classes and kind of larger onboarding of like larger ticket items. So some of the things that we're delivering right now, are really focused on really a very traditional, well, it's become traditional, let's say in the last 10 years, business model around art distribution and particularly music distribution, where you buy the content and then you listen to it. And same thing with videos. You can say the same thing about OnlyFans. A lot of people, they want you to buy the thing and then you watch it. And that's not what's going on right now in NFT, but there's some flavors of that are kind of doing it. And that itself, is a, multi-billion-dollar, marketplace that goes beyond most of what you think of as entertainment. And so we're building the infrastructure that lets that be very simple, and do the kind of streaming and owning the content, as well as some other things that you can do that are unique to NFTs. So on the next slide, you can see that, there's a few things that we're doing that basically haven't been done before. I'm getting to kind of a bunch of them because there's, like I said, in this list we came up with, there's maybe 10 features that I thought needed to exist to support some of these things, and really, no other wallet really has even 20% of what would be needed. So I think we probably, will be the core solution for these things as they, exist and evolve. So yeah, go back. So yeah, this includes the security stuff, but then, similar to what I said before, this kind of native cross-chain support is a very important concept because we're convinced in a kind of multi-chain vision and want to make that kind of, accessible to people. And from my experience as well, using many different wallets, that's still something that is not really that well built into much of the existing wallet infrastructure. Yeah, next slide. Next slide. So yeah, there's a few things that are like really critical, I think, especially as we looked at the fine art kind of side of things. But one of them is that basically people who are doing large ticket items, they need certain types of things from the traditional fine art industry. And they're really focused on the best experiences possible, a lot of them, especially the people we enjoy working with. So they needed to integrate with hardware that exists, the highest end displays, the highest end projections, kind of things like that. So we're really focused on that kind of delivery angle, as well as the fact that, for people who are in the insurance angle, making sure the data persists, making sure that whoever buys it is going to have perpetual access to that material, which, sometimes can be quite a lot of file overload, depending on the nature of the media. So really guaranteeing that for the customer. And one kind of added benefit we get from that this isn't necessarily an immediate thing, but it's a really important thing to understand the tokenomics and the particular token that we're doing is with an NFT model behind these things, you can do some extra cool things that you can never do before. So if you're buying something on iTunes, whatever you want, listen to the music, you own it. But if you're buying a limited edition NFT and there's only so many of them, but then other people want to come and consume the content, you can rent or lease that thing. Same thing applies for things that would go in art galleries and physical spaces that if someone wants to view it, and museums do this all the time. I mean, they basically borrow from private collections. They're used to this sort of thing. And this is basically allowing a much more streamlined way of doing that. And of course, you would only be able to do so in our kind of token. So that would be, you would be paying for that in the token that we provide and that you would have some of as well. Next slide. So kind of in this features, we have some of the basic things that you would expect from a kind of wallet infrastructure, including special visualizations of NFTs. Some of them go to kind of some of the early artists that we started to onboard, that are doing metaverse specific things and AR, VR, virtual reality experiences. So we want to make sure that what they're doing is accurately and beautifully reflected in the context of the app. As well as, the streaming and kind of access rights. One of the features that's particularly excited about, when this comes to the play to earn games and the gaming space as it evolves, and being able to kind of manage new types of gaming assets and display them well. Because in many of these things, the data side, even just being able to visualize your NFT portfolio is often kind of neglected. So really we're doing some kind of initial launches kind of under the time frame of this kind of IDO when it comes to the hardware and visualization side, but our core product MVP is going to be released in December, and then we have a lot of features in the pipeline. A lot of it really depends on our partners, as we kind of look at the next features to kind of prioritize and bring to market. So in that sense, everyone who's on this call is a sort of partner of ours. And we really welcome you to participate in our Telegram community and let us know what features, you would like to see, and, artists and kind of all the things. We're actually hiring right at this moment too for kind of metaverse business developer to kind of basically go into all of these universes and metaverses that exist and kind of get an understanding for what specific features would be useful in a wallet so we can structure the prioritization. But so, many of these things are clearly on our roadmap when it comes to, these AR, VR experiences, the really high end of the quality, and our partners are already doing some of those things. And we already have a number of kind of joint ventures set up to do those. So, yeah, there's some tokenomics here. Nazar, do you want to jump in and talk about this?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, Nazar is here. So yeah, basically like a few months ago, we started together with Joel this our challenge. Yes, so this art wallet project, as well as Stan, who joined us like soon. like few weeks after. So basically 3 of us are in charge of this. So yeah, we have like all the model of the art wallet. So it's based around this cooperation between artists, between like game players, between like consumers, users, and so on. And the heart of the system is of course the one art token. Yes, who like make the most utility on this whole art wallet ecosystem. Because like we are like looking as Joel said before, so we're looking forward, and we see like the next like big hype which is coming is about the metaverse. Yes, and we are now more thinking about the way of gaming, like trading some virtual assets and storing as well. So basically, yeah, it's like one of the main priorities we focus right now. So and all the utility of one art token, so it's like around this infrastructure of NFT assets. Yes, it will be like traded both in this, not only like in the art industry, which is started from, yes, like big success stories with CryptoPunks, NBA, Top Shots, and so on. So, but we are looking forward to the whole metaverse infrastructure, yes, and all this one art stuff, one art token will be structured around these virtual assets, NFTs, and so on. So it will be used for stakings, a lot of different stakings for getting access to the exclusive content, if we talk about the artists. So with creating, trading, minting of the NFTs, and of course, audiovisual streaming that will come soon in the second version of the art wallet. So it's really missing part of the market. So one moment. Yeah, so talking about the tokenomics, as you see, it's not officially announced yet on our channels, but it will be announced soon. We are adding a big Daisy round for 1 million USD. It will be the huge, yes, basically huge public rounds, one of the biggest in this industries, yes, because currently no other platforms can provide such big amount of tokens to be released for the public. And we are like closing all our private rounds, so they're totally oversubscribed, yes, but we are like have some allocation reserved for big partners who are coming, like who probably will come like in the next few weeks when we announce the IDO the date about October 19th. So we expect like a lot of new partnerships to come. So yeah, we are focusing on integration with NFT marketplaces, with NFT games, yes, for the all metaverse infrastructure for storing the virtual assets and the NFTs and so on. Partnership with basically artists, big artists, celebrities, agencies who focus on this NFT audiovisual streaming, like NFT purchasing and so on, storing of the NFTs, and of course, lending protocol, insurance, and all the stuff which is our pipeline. So yeah, this is like the basic tokenomics, and it will be announced soon on our official Telegram, Twitter channels. And you'll be able all to participate in the Daisy round. So maybe I expect that it will be announced like maybe on Monday officially. So you'll have a lot of additional information how to participate from Daisy team. Yes, and we're happy to have you on board. So we have really like team that's growing like really fast, and the core team with a huge experience in crypto, starting from Joel, me, and Stan, who are like more than 10 years, like